Hi everyone, it's K-Red, and welcome to part 4 of this Zentangle inspired art project. Each video, we have been going step by step through my thought process and drawing process as we get closer and closer to the end of this drawing. In real time, this drawing took well over 5 hours and will produce probably 7 different videos. So stick with me, and today is all about the mandala. We're filling in the circles and seeing where inspiration hits. So without any delay, let's get started. So far, all 3 of those have really still worked off that circle. But there's nothing that says I have to keep this as a circle. So what if on this one, and we're going to go to pencil, because like I said, I'm enjoying this. I don't want to mess it up. What if we go in and we do a checkerboard? And I'm using my ruler, as I always do. And then what would it look like? I've never done it before, but what would it look like if each square, the lines went a different way? So I went that way on that one. Let's try this. That's the same way. So let's do it this way. And what I'm doing is probably making myself erase something, but I'm doing these same lines diagonal across, so they won't be right next to each other because they're diagonal. So then this one went this way, so then right here it would go that way. And let's do it here as well. Let's try this instead. Let's erase a little bit. This right here. So you can see what I'm thinking, and I don't know where it's going to end, so I don't know if it's right. But see how these 4 corners of that cross have the lines that go like this. So then I could have all of these go diagonal. It could be very interesting. And what if I did it? Let's find a different 01 pen. Let's do a different 01 pen. And what if I did it without the lines separating them? So it's just a matter of them stopping. I have no idea if this is going to work, but let's give it a try. So we're going to start right here, and we're just doing the lines. Trying my careful list to do them nice and slow. I'm going to do the same for where it's going from the point out to the edge on the 4 corners of that cross. So now we have those 4 corners. So now I could do the line straight across. I don't really want that. I could change our mind and put an actual circle in each of these. Let's see. I'm really afraid I am ruining this project right now. So we're going to do a line like that. Corner out. We're going to do a line like this, which will give me the corner out. I'm going to do a line like this, which will give me the corner out. Sometimes these things will end up working if you just follow whatever consistent thing you did. Other times they work when you're completely random. I don't know that I have a good answer, but that is kind of interesting. Let's give it 1 second to dry, and then we will erase those lines so we can actually see clear what that actually looks like. And I'll erase the lines in the middle. It's kind of interesting, right? So then let's go ahead and go back to my PN pen, my thicker pen, and let's see if we can make this line. I was going to use a ruler, but I think it's going to be too crooked for the ruler, so we are just going to make it as is, and then we can make it thicker. Now it is going to show that I'm not exactly centered on all this, but that's all right. And we just have these fun little diagonal lines going around it. I like it. It's different. Every circle, I'd like every circle to be very different, and so this one is. So then what do I do on the inside? Do I continue with the lines? Do I make some circles in there? Not sure that I know what I want to put in the middle. I'm leaning towards some half circles in the corners. I'm leaning towards making the whole thing solid black. What if I continue it to triangles? And darken 2 of them. Something like that. Probably won't be my favorite thing on there, but it is interesting, hopefully. So now I got 3 more circles I can kind of play with and see what they're going to do. And this one, let's go and make it almost like a sun, where we have that. We're going to let it have some rays. I'm going to do a row of circles. No idea where I'm going with this one either. Go ahead and do another, fill the bottom up with circles. This pin, I think, has had it. It has. Let's go ahead and throw this pin away so it won't accidentally pick it up again. Let's grab another one. Do another row of circles. It's always interesting once these projects are done and the whole page is full, and you kind of see, because I have no idea, how it all looks when all the pieces are put together. Sometimes your least favorite becomes your favorite. Sometimes your favorite stays your favorite. Sometimes your least favorite makes you want to throw the piece of paper away. There's all kinds of options. So I think on this one I'm going to do similar to what I did on this one, but that might be too close. I was going to do those lines behind it. So rather than do that, let's do an aura. And we're going to color in the aura. Color in the aura. I turn my paper a lot to whatever way is most comfortable. Sometimes on these videos I'll kind of twist it so it looks straight up, so you don't have a kink in your neck watching my videos sideways. but throughout my drawing, my page turns quite a bit. And there really is no up or down. This one I'm definitely feeling like this is down in my drawing of it. And looking at it, it does look like that's going to be the case. But in true Zentangle inspiration, there really shouldn't be an up or down. And you kind of look at your paper when you decide what you want to do next from all different angles. And you can get all different inspiration. It's one of my favorite things. My goodness, this pen too? Look at that, there's no ink coming out. There we go. Welcome back. It's a new day here. I'll probably just a couple seconds. Depending on how the video gets broke up. I don't know if this is a new video or a new day, but I last came in, I did some of these circles. Didn't quite finish these. My phone rang. I ended up having to go and got pulled away from my drawings, but that's okay. Now we're back today and we can continue. I was a little stuck. I wasn't real sure what to do on this one anyway, so it was a little bit hard, but let's see what we can think of today. Let's see what we can do. So let's go. I don't know if you follow me on Peaceful Patterns or not, but if you do, either you've just seen it or you're about to see a cute pattern called Zayon. And Zayon starts with these petal leaves, just like this. And I'm starting them in pencil because I didn't trust that I could draw them somewhat proportionally or somewhat evenly, but I did, so I'm really excited about that. That wasn't too bad. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go back in ink, and the way the Zayon works is you do a pattern like this, and then you do almost an aura, but it's down on the bottom, so it's not really a complete aura, and then you do a great little swirl on the bottom of that. And I'm just sitting here looking at these after I first sat down and decided it was time to work a little bit more on this. I don't know if we'll actually finish it or not. That's a nice thing about a project like this. There is no deadline. It's done when it's done. Who knows? I can always end up picking it up even after that. You never know. But one of the reasons I do my peaceful patterns is so that I can get these great ideas of what to draw when I'm doing my papers. And if you want to see what they look like, if you're new to my channel, this is what they look like. Every Wednesday I do a new pattern, and it just are prompts and reminders for me of different tangles to do, so that as I am drawing a project like this, I can look at them and get some inspiration. I think in the center here, I'd like to be a really circle. I'm going to let this ink dry for just a minute. I'm going to come in and erase it, but I'm leaning towards having these sections on the outside of each one being completely black. But I don't want to do that quite yet. Let's just wait and see how that will look. I'm going to go ahead and erase a little bit of my pencil line from previous drawings right there. All right, and so then I have one more pre-made circle. So I kind of take a look at what I've done. I have some pretty decent variety in it. That makes me happy. Let's do, well, we did that there. I was going to do these little things along the side, but we did it there. What do you think we should do? Should we find our center? Let's find our center. Things are usually a little bit easier once we find the center. So it looks like it's about a 2-inch. And this isn't real close to exact, so it's just an estimation of the center. And what if I did a line straight down? This pin, I probably should have picked a little bit of a darker line. But let's stick with this for now and see where we're going, because I'm not really sure where we're going. What I was thinking of doing is doing thin lines going down and then turning and doing thin lines going down and turning and doing thin lines going down. Kind of a play off of this almost. Shall we see what that looks like if we also have, I'm going to grab a pencil real quick. The way I draw is I use this little helix circle maker. I line up my dots on the lines so that I have an approximate center. Let's do one just slightly bigger. And it won't give me, once again, an exact middle, but it'll give me an estimate of a middle. Yeah, I changed my mind. I don't like that. I was going to leave that middle open, but I've decided that I don't really like that. So let's go ahead and erase that. I don't know why I am using that eraser. It's not the best eraser for the job. This is just a regular back to school. I think it's just oh, there's the brand. It is a Patel Click Eraser, it's called. One of my favorites to use on a little project like this, just because it is easy, convenient. And I'm doing a super soft touch. Just barely letting the pen touch the paper. And I'm trying to be very purposeful with each line. Not letting myself get over quick. These are hard for me because I want them just to be done so quick that I can have trouble with them sometimes. So I'm going to turn my page so that now this is straight for me. And then let's do, oops, that one's too big. Nice, soft, barely touching the paper, as straight as can be, purposeful line that starts and ends. This is a great pattern for me because it's really helping me slow down. Making me try very hard to go nice and slow and purposeful. I may not end up liking this. It may not be, just not really fit this paper well. But all you can do is the best you can do at the time, right? Not everything on this page is going to be my favorite. That's okay. Tried something different there. That definitely is not my favorite at the moment. But who knows? Maybe this will all of a sudden take my eye away from that one and I won't mind that one as much. I'm going to go back in. It looks like right here I need another line to make it look like that's a little bit better. There we go. Like I said, it is what it is. I'm putting a nice little solid circle in the middle. I had thought about leaving that open. I'm not sure I would have liked that any better. I wonder what it would look like. Let's get a nice deep pen. Let's get a 2. Nice, big, deep, solid pen. And let's go through, and this is a chisel tip, so I have to be careful. I'm using it on the flat edge of the chisel and going straight down. So I can have a nice, strong, definitive line. Do you sometimes pick up a pen and then realize, oh, that may not be the best pen, but you go with it anyway? That's what I did. I didn't really mean to pick up a pen with a chisel tip. But I think it worked out okay. There we go. Nice bold lines through it. Let's go ahead and grab a 1. And from the 1, let's try this. I've never done this before. So over that as a background, let's go ahead and now put in a flower petal. Normally, if I do something like a flower petal or something along those lines, I do it first and then the lines second. But this time, I did that. So then now, let's color that in. On my papers, I'm sure I probably have already said it, so forgive me, but this project has been going over a week long, so I'll forget what if I've said repeating things, but I like a good balance of black and white. So I don't mind one bit having this nice dark flower right in the middle of it. Let's go ahead and make this one a little bit bigger too. There we go. There, what do you think? It's definitely different than anything else on there. Definitely not what I had intended when I picked up the pen, but I'm certainly not sorry about it. We'll see where we end up with it. Like I said, might be my favorite, might be my least favorite. Go ahead and go back to this one. And I do want to go ahead and color in behind it like I had mentioned. There we go. I'm using an 05 pen for this. It's a pretty small circle, so even though I'm coloring it in, the area is pretty small, so a 05 is working just fine. And when I color in an area, I have a tendency to do the edges, almost like when you paint a room, and then fill in the center. And the nice thing about the micron pens, which is what I use, at least for this drawing pretty exclusively, is that they're all the same color black. So it doesn't matter that you've gone into different ones. Notice I keep spinning my paper. I think it's real important to kind of look at your drawing from different directions and see how it feels. And I added in the middle of those swirls a solid dot. So there's that. I like it okay. All right, everyone. I think that's where we're going to call it for today. Had great fun with all those circles and mandalas, trying different things and seeing where we would go. Make sure you like and subscribe. And our next video, we'll be doing some things like kelp and laced. Stay safe. We'll see you on the next video. Bye.